Hi guys, how are you? Today is Tuesday, January 25th. So it's sunny right now. The snow has sort of stopped, which is nice to get a little break. So today's class is going to be mainly a restorative yoga class, which restorative means you need lots of props to support you because it's almost like the props are doing the poses for you and you're just kind of sinking in and enjoying it. So you're going to need a bolster. If you don't have a bolster, you can take a couple of blankets or towels and shove them in a pillowcase, and that can be your bolster, or you can just stack a bunch of blankets on top of each other. But when you shove it in a pillowcase, it kind of makes it more like compact and together like a bolster. So a bolster, you're going to need at least 2 blankets and or towels. I got extra blankets here as well, but you can use blocks instead for what we need those for. So if you can have 4 blankets total, that'd be great, or 4 towels total, that would be great. You'll need a block. You will need a strap or a tie or a belt from a robe, or again, a towel you can use. And then an eye pillow or a blanket or something just to put over your eyes for when we're in shavasana to get really, really nice and relaxed. This class is a great class to do at the end of the day to really help you unwind, to settle in before you go to bed. You're going to feel so comfy, cozy afterwards. Or it's a great class to do if you had a really stressful event and you just need to kind of decompress, refocus, settle in, and give yourself some love. So before we get started in all the restorative poses, we're just going to get up and like shake everything off from the day. Shake it all off, shake it off, shake the legs out. Pardon Maggie barking, I don't know what she's barking about, but she was barking about something. And then we're just going to run through a couple half sun salutes. So go ahead and inhale, reach the arms out and up. Exhale, swan, dive down. Inhale, lift up halfway, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale here. Exhale, slowly begin to roll back up to a stand, reaching those arms out and up. Exhale, back to mountain pose. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Again, half sun salute. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, swan, dive down. Inhale, lift up halfway, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale here. Exhale, slowly roll back up to a stand, reaching those arms out and up. Exhale to mountain pose. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. One more half sun salute. So inhale, reach those arms out and up. Exhale, swan, dive down. Inhale, lift up halfway, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale here. Exhale, slowly begin to roll back up to a stand, reaching those arms out and up. Exhale to Tadasana or mountain pose. Again, take a deep breath in, deep breath out. One more time, deep breath in, deep breath out. Now inhale, swing those arms out and up. Exhale your hands to your heart center. Close your eyes and set your intention for today's practice. My quote for today is very simple, but it's I am enough. I am enough. And it means just as you are, who you are, what you are, where you're at, and what you're doing right now, it's enough. You don't need to try and be more. You don't need to try and be less. You as you are, heart and soul, are enough. Release your hands down. Blink your eyes to open. Come down onto your mat. We're just going to do a couple cats and cows just to get our back loosened up before we start to settle in. So go ahead and turn into a tabletop position. Hands and knees. Wrists are right underneath your shoulders. And on an exhale, round your spine. Bring your chin to your chest. Inhale, drop the belly low, lift the chin up. And again, exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. Inhale, belly low, chin up. One more time, exhale, round the spine. And then inhale, arch the spine. Come back to a neutral position, shake your hips down out a little bit. And we're just gonna take a twist here just to get our spine moving in another direction. So I'm gonna turn and face forward for you guys. And inhale, you're gonna twist and reach that right arm up. Reach it, reach it, reach it. And then exhale, come down, thread that needle, tuck the right arm behind the left. Rest your head on your right cheek. Lift your left arm up to the sky, or you can tuck it behind your back. And just take a few breaths here in this twist. If your arm is tucked or lifted, bring it back up and around. Uncurl that right arm, take it back up high. Let's gotta reach, reach, reach. And then exhale, drop that right hand down. Shake your hips out a little bit. We'll do the same thing second side. So inhale, reach that left arm up. Reach it, reach it, reach it. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And then exhale, come down. Tuck that left arm behind the right. Come down onto your left cheek. You can reach that right arm up to the sky, or you can tuck it behind your back. And just take a few breaths there. If your right arm is tucked behind your back up in the air, slowly bring it back down. Uncurl that left arm, take it back up high to the sky. And then exhale, release it on down. Shake your hips out a little bit. And just sit back either on your heels, or if this is uncomfortable for you to sit on your heels, then just sit crisscross applesauce. We're just gonna stretch our neck just a little bit. So drop your left ear to left shoulder. Lower your chin to your chest. And then right ear to right shoulder. And then head and neck back on up. Shake your head no a few times. Do baby circles with your shoulders. And then take your hands to the back of your neck and just rub your neck a little bit. Just rub it, go up, like onto the base of your skull. You can go behind your ears, in front of your ears. And Maggie's making herself comfortable. And then we're just gonna go around the other way with the neck. So right ear to right shoulder. Drop your chin to your chest. And then left ear to left shoulder. Bring your head and neck back up vertical. Slowly shake your head no a few times. Do a few baby circles with your shoulders. Then again, take those hands and just kind of rub the back of your neck. Rub by those occipital bones to the base of your skull. Rub behind your ears. Maybe even tug on your earlobes a little bit. That's just feels so good when you tug on them a little bit. front of the ears, down the neck. And then we're going to get into our first restorative pose. May I get that movie, honey? Come over there. Thank you, sweetie. So, what you're going to need for this first pose is you're going to need your bolster and you're going to need a block or some stacked books. I'm going to turn sideways so you guys can better see, or I may kind of change back and forth. So also with this class, while you're getting your props arranged and set up, feel free to pause the video till you get everything set up and then just restart it so you can come back into the pose. So I have a bolster. I'm going to put my block underneath it. My block's going to go underneath it like long ways. And then I'm going to set the bolster on top of, like kind of on an angle. You can see it like that. So I am sitting on my heels, toes together, knees apart like in a child's pose. And then I'm going to fold forward. If this is too hard on your knees or your ankles, please feel free to swing your legs around. You can have your legs out in front of you, maybe a wider stance or a wider seat if you want, and then you can fold forward. And this is where extra blankets come in handy. You can take a blanket or 2 or 3 or whatever you want to raise the bolster up to you so you get to a point where you can fold forward and it's comfortable. Okay, so legs can be out or they can be tucked underneath. I'm going to come back to child's pose in it. So you got your bolster. Everybody should at least have one blanket on top of the bolster. Toes together, knees apart. And I'm just going to go ahead and fold forward on my bolster. And I'm going to turn and rest my head to one side. My arms are resting alongside the bolster. But if you want a little prop up to your head, you can tuck your hand or 2 underneath the blanket and prop your head right up like that. So settle in. Again, this is all about letting the props do the poses for you, so you can find some rest, some peace. These props are supporting you, so you're in a pose, but you're very comfortable in your pose. And all our poses we're doing today, we're going to hold them for quite a bit of time. Because again, it's all about relaxing. Lift your head up and turn your head so you can rest your head on your left cheek. Just to give equal stretching to the neck, and so the neck doesn't become stiff or tense up. just let your body sink into the props. Let the props support you. And find some release. Take a few more breaths right where you're at. And then on your next inhale, press your hands down into the earth. Slowly rise up. You can set the blanket aside. You can lift the bolster up, move the block aside, and just swing your legs around. You can stretch them out now, shake them out, and flex your toes a little bit if they were a little stiff. And then again, you're going to put your bolster on your mat, or your towels or blankets in your pillowcase. Okay? And then you're going to again sit on your heels, and you're going to line up your right hip so it's right touching up to that bolster. You're going to grab one of your blankets, and you're going to put one of your blankets on top of that bolster. Okay? Then what you're going to do is you're going to twist your body towards the bolster. So I'm twisting to the right. And sometimes when you naturally twist to the right, that top foot maybe wants to kind of go inside, like the arch of that bottom foot. So left foot's going inside the right foot. If that feels comfortable, if not, then just keep it how it was. And then you're going to fold on down onto your bolster. Turn your head the same way your knees are going, so your right cheek will be down. And again, you can prop your hands under the blanket to lift your head up a little bit. If that's not enough, you can always grab one of your extra blankets and tuck it right underneath your head as an added pillow. Again, if this is hard on your knees to sit like that, you can sit with your legs out, or you can sit with your legs crisscrossed, still with the right leg up against the bolster. You're going to twist, and then you're going to go ahead and fold. But then again, this is where those added blankets come in handy, whereas you'll, oops, sorry, Maggie. You'll put more blankets on top to raise the bolster up to you, so that when you twist, it's more comfortable. And then again, you can tuck your hands underneath as a pillow, and you're still getting the twisted feeling. I'm going to go back to the original way, which is sitting on my knees. Twist, and I'm going to lower my chest down onto my bolster. Rest my right head, or my right cheek on the blanket. And I'm just going to twist here. If you wanted to deepen the twist a little bit more, you would turn your head so that you're resting on your left cheek. And that gets a little bit more twisting action. But go where you want to go. And again, just breathe and let your body settle in. more breaths right where you're at. And then on your next inhale, press your hands down. Start to raise yourself up nice and slow. Gently swing your legs around. Watch out, swing your legs around. Again, shake them out. You can pat them out. You can rub them out. Point and flex your feet a couple times. And then inhale those arms out and up. And then exhale, we're just going to get a forward fold in. Inhale, walk the hands back on up. And then we're just going to switch the bolster to the other side. So I'm going to lift my bolster and blanket up. I'm going to face it to the other side. I'm going to turn and sit on my heels. Now my left hip and thigh are closest to my bolster. I'm going to go ahead and twist to the left. And then I'm going to lower my chest on down. Turn my head to rest my cheek on my left cheek. Again, if you want a deeper twist, you would turn your head to the right and rest it on your right cheek. To me, that feels like more effort, and I don't feel like doing more effort. I feel like totally resting in the pose, letting my body be supported. Also, again, if it's uncomfortable for you to be sitting on your heels and your knees like this, you can always sit crisscross applesauce, or you can sit with your legs out, and then you're going to go ahead and twist and fold and turn your cheek. You can always stack more blankets on top to raise the bolster up to you so it's in a comfortable position for you to be able to stay in for a few minutes. I'm going to go back to my knees, twist, and I'm going to fold and rest my head on my left cheek. Restorative yoga is all about allowing the props. Again, restorative yoga is all about allowing the props to support you and do the poses for you. It's allowing you to find some space with little or no effort. Times and days when this is what our body is telling us we need. We don't need to do more. We don't need to keep pushing. We've done enough. Remember, I am enough. And it's time to allow our body to rest and restore. A couple more breaths right where you're at. And then on your next inhale, plant your hands down. Slowly push yourself back up to a seat. Swing your legs around if they are not already. Shake those legs out. Pat them out again. Rub them out. And then again, And swing those arms out and up. And then go ahead and fold. The legs can be straight or the knees can be slightly bent. And then slowly roll up. And we're going to move on to our next pose. So our next pose, you're going to take your blanket and you're going to open it up a little bit. So I'm opening mine up to like a rectangle, kind of like this shaped or something similar, okay? And then you're going to go ahead and roll your blanket or towel. Roll it all up so it makes like a long, skinny spaghetti noodle blanket, okay? And it ends up looking like this, okay? And then you are going to put it across your mat. And then you're going to turn, bolster aside. You're going to turn so that you're going to walk your hands back and you're going to maybe cross them over that blanket. And you're going to lay down so that that blanket is kind of right at your shoulders, right where, sorry, I got a comfy sweatshirt on. Kind of where the base of your shoulder meets like your underarm. That's kind of where you want to line the top of the blanket with, okay? So you're going to drape yourself over that roll. And then you're going to push yourself back until your shoulder blades can rest comfortably on the floor behind you. So the blanket may slide down a little bit because you got to adjust yourself. Because if you're up here like this, that's not comfortable. The shoulder blades have to be resting completely on the floor. And then you're going to go ahead and goal post your arms. I have my knees bent right now, and just to take the load off of my back, my low back. So if you want to stay here like that, that's totally fine. If you want to tuck your bolster or blankets underneath those knees, you can do that and raise it up and kind of drop your knees out to the side a little bit. It'll help lighten that load on the small back. Or lastly, you can just stretch your legs out nice and long. If your legs are out nice and long, that's the further or the deeper front of the chest opener that you will get. But any and all variations are fine. So again, you may want to pause the video here, make your adjustments to your props so that you can settle in. Let those shoulders rest on the mat. The arms are goal posted, palms are facing up. Your eyes are closed. And you're just going to breathe. And this is a very, very good restorative pose to do to counter sitting at a desk all day, or driving in the car, or sitting slouchy on a couch. It's really broadening across the front of the chest, creating some space, opening it up, but doing it in a very passive, restorative way so that you can relax and just find some relief. Partway through, you didn't have your knees bent or on a bolster, and you're starting to feel it in your low back, please always know you can bend those knees up, feet flat on the earth, tuck the bolster underneath the legs. Again, it's all supposed to be minimal to no effort in today's class. We're about restoring. rest right where you're at. And then begin to wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. If your knees are not bent up yet, go ahead and bend those knees up. And then take your hands and just again, kind of with your fingers massage the back of that neck, base of the skull. Grab the ears, give a tug. This would be a great time to use your asana kisser on your neck because the smell will help you further relax and it feels so good. And then you're slowly going to take your hips, lift them and drop them off to the left. Then roll on to your right side. Slowly press yourself up back to a comfortable seated position. Again, stretch out those legs. Shake those legs out a little bit. Point and flex the feet. You can route the legs out. And then go ahead and bend those knees a little bit. Swing those arms out and up. And then go ahead and fold again. And then slowly come back up. And as you're coming back up, pull those knees into your chest. And just wrap your arms around those legs. Drop your chin down. You can rock a little bit, but this just gives a huge stretch up the back of the spine, up to the neck. Let that head and neck fall and be heavy. And then slowly raise your head up. And then we're going to come into our last pose. So this pose is going to be like the mother of all poses. And it's going to use lots of props. So you are going to you're going to need almost every prop you have. So you're going to need your bolster. I'm going to tuck my bolster this way. Okay. Okay. And I'm going to actually raise my bolster up on a block. Oops. Sorry, I'm not strong that way. Like how we did with the first pose. So it's going to be on a slight angle. Okay? There we go. And then I'm going to make sure I have my strap handy and close by, my eye pillow close by, my extra blankets, my blocks. Okay. So I'm going to first set up my extra blankets. And I'm going to put one over here on my right side, and then I'm also going to put one on my left side. If you don't have blankets, you can use towels, and that works fine too. Or you can use pillows, or you can use your yoga blocks, whatever you want to use, okay? Then I'm going to take, remember we had that long, skinny spaghetti noodle roll, right? I'm going to have that towards in front of me. And then I'm just going to have this extra blanket, the one I had, and I'm going to actually make that into a spaghetti noodle too, I think. I think I would like how that would wrap around better. So I'm going to roll that one. That one was, like a rectangle again. I'm going to go ahead and roll that one up. And I'm going to place that at the top of my bolster there, okay? And then I'm going to bring my feet together, bottoms of the feet together, knees are out wide. So it's going to look like this, bottoms of feet together, knees are out wide. And I'm going to take my strap and I'm going to wrap it around me, and I'm going to tuck it very low, like on my sacrum, like almost like you're sitting on it. Turn sideways so you guys can see. So it's really, really, I'll just go this way. So it's really like kind of like on the bottom of your bottom, because you really want it to stick under there. And then you want to scoot your bum back so that your bum is touching the base of the bolster or your stacked towels, okay? The bottoms of your feet are still together. So you got that strap wrapped around your bum. And then you're going to take the strap and you're going to tuck it underneath your feet, okay? So you're tucking it underneath your feet, still in the bottom of your bottom. So if you have a yoga strap and you have the D-ring on it, you'll take the other end and you're going to loop it through the double D-ring, pull it through, and then you're going to wrap it back through. So you can tug on that and it's going to pull. And when it pulls, it kind of gives your hips like a little bit of a hug. If you do not have a yoga strap and you just have, let me undo this. You just have like a tie or whatchamacallit, or a belt or a strap to a robe or something. What you're going to do is, it's going to be a little bit trickier. You're just going to kind of tie a knot and you're going to pull like manually at the, and then pull the legs closer. And then you're just going to tie a knot in it. So like so. And then that gives you your little bit of a hug. So it still works the same way, you're just tying a knot in the strap, versus when you use the D-ring, you can pull a little bit more because the strap just slides through the D-ring. So I'm going to go back to using the D-ring on the strap. So take your time, get your tie, get your strap, your towel, whatever you're using. I'm going to make some adjustments here because I keep sliding off my bum. And I'm going to pull it back through my D-ring, looping it through. Okay, giving a tug. So I'm going to turn back. So now, stake arm has the strap underneath it. I've got my strap wrapped under my feet. I've pulled it so it kind of gives like a little bit of a hug. And then I'm going to lift my feet up, and I'm going to tuck that one of the long skinny noodles underneath my feet. And then I'm going to lift my knees up and I'm going to wrap that around so that it kind of supports right underneath the shins and the back of the thighs kind of. So it's like one big nice hug there, one little package, okay? So wrap that around. Then I'm going to go ahead and slowly start to lay on back. You can use the other big noodle that you made as a pillow for your head to lift your head up. Or what I like to do is I like to have my head down on the bolster. And I kind of wrap it around and have it kind of hug me like this. So it's still like a pillow, but it wraps around and gives you a hug. So it's underneath the base of my skull and around my neck. I have it pulled forward. And then last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my eye pillow, place it over my eyes. And then I've got my blankets there to rest my, oops, my blanket's falling off. And then rest my arms, palms facing up. It's not staying today, sorry. Palms facing up. And just settle in. Again, if you need to pause the video to set everything up, because that was kind of a lot, please pause it and make your adjustments. This is your last pose, and this is your shavasana. You are completely settled in. Your body is completely relaxed. It's allowing the props to support you, allowing the props to be the pose, and you're just passively a part of it. You're letting go of the things that happened in the day. And you're just trying to find some peace and relaxation. You're trying to restore your body, your mind, and maybe your spirit. Great class to do before going to bed to help you unwind for a restful sleep. It's great to do when you've had a lot of stress in your day or your life recently. To try and release that stress and let it go. It's great to do when you just feel your body just needs a break. There's so much in life going on every single day. And sometimes we just gotta recognize when our body, our mind, and maybe our spirit just needs a timeout, just needs a break. Stay here longer, please, please, please do so. If you need to get going about your day or you're ready to head to bed, take your last 5 or so breaths here. Just enjoying the peacefulness and the calm. Saying to yourself, I am enough. And I'm glad I took this time for me. Wiggle the fingers and the toes. Go ahead and lift the eye pillow or shirt off of your eyes, still keeping your eyes closed. Set it aside. Unwrap the neck roll from around your neck. And then slowly, 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 you're just going to try, just going to try to sit yourself up. You can kind of roll to the side and then come to sit up. You can undo your strap, whether you're untying it or pulling it through the D-ring, loosening that strap up. Set the strap aside, unwrap yourself. Take the blanket from underneath your feet and your knees. Go ahead and turn and face forward one more time, stretching those legs out. Shake them on out again. Bend the knees up into your chest. Drop your chin to your chest. Let the head and neck fall and be heavy. Come back to a comfortable seat. Bring your hands to your heart center. Let your eyes stay closed. thank you all for practicing with me here today. I greatly appreciate all your love and all your support. And remember, you as you are enough. Period. May you be safe. May you be healthy. May you be happy. And may your minds be at ease. Together we bow and say, Namaste. Thank you guys so much. Love and hugs from me to all of you. Have a good day.